Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading on those who have a personal year number 7. First of all, your personal year goes from January to January, not from birth date to birth date. How you would calculate your personal year number. You're going to take the month you were born. We'll use me for an example, which is September, a 9, and then the day you were born. I was born on the 13th, so I'm going to add the 9, break up that 13, so the 9 plus the 1 plus the 3 brings me to what? 13. Now, again, I want to bring any double digits down to a single digit, so let's take the 13 again. The 3 plus the 1 brings me to a 4. So my number is a 4, and then you add that number to whatever the personal year number is. So for 2021, it's a 5 universal year. Take your personal number that you added up, 4, add it to the 5. This gives me a 9. So I am in a personal year 9 this year. It's going to change every year. Think of it as like cycles. Even those with master numbers, make sure you bring it down, because this is talking about the cycles, not your life path. This is giving you the energy that you can expect, and how you can conquer this year. So you're at a 7. You're almost finished with this cycle. So let's talk about a personal year 7. And I just wrote some things down because I don't want to miss anything. First of all, this is going to be a very spiritual year for you, if you allow it to be. Some of the key words would be a year where privacy is important. Solitude is important. And quietness. Quietness means like an inner quietness, right? And there's a reason why these energies are being called upon. So 7 inspires your spiritual energy to really understand life. This is a year where, given the opportunity or taken the opportunity, you can really understand life. And I have to tell you, I understand life, and when you do, boy, can you move through it a lot easier. So this is that year for you. But 7 also gives you a lot of energy behind that. And this energy has purpose. The energy is to motivate those ideas that you've been getting. This is a year where you'll be receiving epiphanies, ideas, signs. This is the year of planning. Not so much doing, but planning it, right? Think of the 7 of Pentacles, right? Planting my garden. I'm planting my seeds, and I want to plant them well. So this gives you, it's almost like you're planting your future. This gives you a real opportunity at that. But when you now understand life on a spiritual level, those seeds become much bigger, let's say. This is definitely a year to follow your instincts, to trust your intuition. It should be on fire. If you're in the element of fear, understand you're just in the opposite energy than really is what's being called for. So just look at that real quick so you can eliminate it. Parts of your life that you've been dissatisfied with will be highlighted this year. Now that can sound like a scary thing, but there's a reason for that. So parts of your life, even elements of oneself that I have found no longer suit me, or I have a distastefulness for them now. This is the opportunity to clear them. Remember, this is you moving really into a spiritual level. So I have to clear the garbage of the human-made mind type element. This is also a year where you're going to find a lot of other people reflecting back to you your reality. And why? Well, that again gives you an opportunity to see an element of yourself that maybe would no longer suit you going forward, right? Because just think about it. I feel more and more and more opens up to you. 7 asks you really to plan, if possible, then to put something into action. Now, if something's already into action, keep planning, right? Keep expanding, that type of thing. Ultimately, 2021 is about awakening your mind and your soul. That is what it's about. It's about awakening your mind and your soul. I feel like after a personal year 7, if I've taken advantage of it, I'm never the same. And I mean that in the best of ways. So this is a great year, guys. It doesn't, it sounds like it could be difficult. But if I know what I'm facing and I understand why I'm facing it, boy, it takes away that edge, right? It takes away that fear. Because this is a year, by the way, of you walking through instead of getting stuck. Walk through it, whether that be pain, fear, whatever it is, walk through it instead of allowing it to hold you stuck, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, now, keeping all that in mind, we are now going to bring the Tarot in. And I love mixing Tarot and Numerology together. I feel like it's like extra armor. Also extra awareness. So we're going to start with the Mother Mary deck. Always pre-shuffled. And she's going to give us an overview, right? Remember, we're looking at the year. I do feel like the personal year energies, even the 2021 Universal Year 5, I feel like it all started late. So maybe, maybe I have to do more research in this, but maybe it doesn't start until March. I know one of you told me that, and it just makes sense. Because every year when I do these, I think, oh, boy, it seems like the personal year energy is behind. Okay, we got 3. We're going to take them. We have Father. Father, oh my Father. We have Jesus. Wow. Well, I mean, if we want to talk spiritually, right? And we have sobriety. Why would it call for sobriety? Because this is a mind. This is a year where you need a clear mind. This is a year where you're really trusting your intuition. If you want to allow it to be all that it can be, right? So let's just read the bottom of these. Father, as my true father, my true father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. I can tell you right now, this card ties back to any type of issues you may have had with your father. I often find, I do a lot of love readings, and a lot of personal love readings, and I often find that people do tend to find someone like their father or like their mother. Now, that can be a good thing or that cannot be a good thing, right? But nonetheless, it seems how it goes. Jesus. I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation and sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. All right, so we'll keep those there. Now, we're bringing in a new deck, guys. This came highly recommended by all of you, and this is why I bought it. It's called the Light Seekers. I always want to say the Lightsavers. The Light Seekers Tarot by Chris Ann. I got it off of hayhouse.com, where I get the majority of my cards. Not always. You know, I find they have great prices. And I feel like the reviews on that site, not that I'm promoting them, it sounds like I am, but I do feel like the reviews are real. Versus like, you know, have you ever gone on Walmart and you're reading reviews and you're looking at a dress, it's like a strapless dress, and the person in the reviews talking about how beautiful the sleeves are. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, okay. Let's go ahead and begin, guys. So now this is the Tarot. Again, already pre-shuffled. Let me know what you think of them, definitely. Again, they came highly recommended by you. And I was going to buy them another time, but they were sold out, which to me was a good sign. But then they came back around, so. All right. Personal year 7. You know, some of you may just have a lot of 7s also in your numerology, because for some reason I feel like there's others here who maybe aren't a personal year 7. However, I feel like you're meant to be here because somehow, some way, the energy of this 7 is also going to benefit you. So, I feel like it's a validation for some of you. Okay, let's begin. We open with the Strength card. Many of these images I haven't seen yet. I like to reveal them. I like to see them at the same time you're seeing them. Strength card. Interesting. She's like half I want to say lion, half human, right? The Strength card is about the ability to overcome. And where do we find that strength? This is an inner strength, right? She even has, wow, excuse me. I'll let that train go by. I don't know, guys. I just love it when I'm doing a reading and a train goes by, because I feel like it's meant to. It's a weird time for it to go by, too. Anyway, Strength card, right? Card of Leo. But I don't really look at the signs in these type of readings, but I know some of you do, so I'm certainly going to call it out for you. Right? It's like now she is the shepherd. Okay. Anyways, I was showing you the infinity tattoo right on her arm. As above, so below. She knows where her strength comes from. She knows that it comes from source. We have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. You know, 6 of Cups talks about happy memories. It's when you're remembering a time. Whether it be with a person, this person happens to be with a dog. And they're remembering almost like the life of the dog, the evolution of this dog. This could be just the evolution within man. This can certainly be someone of our past, right? But this is someone we would have had happy memories with. Doesn't mean there weren't also hard memories. We know that. We have, well, there you go, 7 of Swords. First of all, there's the energy of 7, right? Think about all the 7s in the Tarot. 7 of Swords. This is when, you know, I can be untrustworthy. Or at least I can come across that way. This is when really I'm walking in my shadow energy. Whether it's you or someone else, right? The energy of taking from another what probably doesn't belong to me. Now, that can be in all kinds of different ways. But the 7 is ultimately wanting spiritual healness, right? Wants to heal this energy. But I feel like it has to come spiritually. You know, that can talk about people experiencing karma. You know, I thought about, just real quick, like when I was married, got married at a very young age. Stupid. Now I know, right? But my husband then cheated on me many times. And it got to the point where, you know, it's just like, you just stop loving that person. How can you still love them? But it's interesting because I filed for a divorce. And right after our divorce, he ended up settling down with someone, truly falling in love. I mean, I knew that he was truly in love with this person. But interesting enough, she turned out to be exactly like he was with me. Cheated on him left and right, broke his heart, changed him. Not for the better. Could have for the better if he would have seen it. But to me, it's like I saw what that was. I saw that that was karma. And it's not that I was hoping that this person received karma. It's just that I was aware of it. I could see it at quite a young age. I mean, I got divorced in 86, so I was 26. Around that age. Anyway, we have the 2 of Wands. This is someone who's thinking of doing something. Look how she's sitting behind the window, right? But she's looking out. She wants to be out there. She definitely wants to be out there. And I feel like she's making a plan. Yeah, I mean, look at the globe, and then it looks like a map underneath that globe, almost like I'm making a plan, which is exactly, now I see it, it's a VW bus, which is interesting enough that when I grew up, we had one of those. You can see it, it's small. VW bus. And because my dad sold cars at a VW place. So that's what, as a family, we drove. Interesting. We have the Knight of Swords. Again, I'm just seeing these images for the first time. Kind of looks like he's running away from something, right? Like he's running to his motorcycle to get the hell out of there. Interesting. But he's got a bow and arrow on. There's like this speed under his feet. Alright, we'll pull it all together, I promise. Interesting how they're coming out slow. We have the 2 of Swords. So we have 2 twos. 2 swords, 2 of Wands. 2 swords is looking back at this Knight of Swords. You know, this could be I don't know. I almost feel like if this is saying if you're communicating with someone of the past, that in some way, or this was you, maybe you're communicating it, because I feel like there's this wondering. Now, this doesn't have to mean a person, but I feel like there's this wondering of wanting to do something, be somewhere. It feels like somewhere different. Just interesting, the swords that are coming out. You know, the Strength card opens this reading. So, first of all, what it's saying is, whatever has come your way, or whatever does come your way, this is the energy you want to open with, right? The Strength card. Know that you have the ability to overcome And a lot of times there is a real purpose behind things. We don't see it right away. We have justice. It's like there's a reflection. Right? It's almost like she's seeing her own reflection in that. You know, some of you may be deciding that you want to cut ties with someone. And you know why? Because I feel like you're dreaming a bigger dream. And it feels like someone is not, you know, living up to their soul contract, so to speak. Now, maybe someone is meant to bring you this somewhat uncertain type of energy, but for you to see it and then to clear it. So I feel like some of you, this is you cutting someone out of your life. It could certainly be a divorce. You know, it's almost like as I go to tell this person, they run, right? I'm going to tell them, they know I'm going to tell them, but they can feel it, so they run. I don't know what that means for someone. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the Ace of Swords. Wow. A lot of swords. We have the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Three of Cups. First of all, I want to say this is a year where by the end of the year, you may be congratulating yourself for something, I feel, major that you did. It doesn't have to be like major, but I feel like for some of you, it's cutting someone out of your life that maybe you couldn't trust, and maybe when I tried to talk about it, they would run. I feel that energy of someone running. Right? Where's he running to? He's running to his motorbike. You know, and I don't know. I almost feel like I'm still going to have the conversation one way or the other, right? With the Ace of Swords. And then the Ace of Wands. So I do feel like the cutting out of someone who, you know, it just doesn't fit in the picture of what it is you want. Here you are at the Two of Wands looking at it, all that can be. You know, it's almost like you've been making this plan. Two of Wands, I haven't quite moved into it yet, but Ace of Wands below that, this talks about your authentic, you know, living your authentic life. You know, when you live your authentic life, those who don't belong fade away if we allow them, right? Or let's put it another way. Those who don't belong will show themselves. And they're meant to show themselves, and you're meant to see that. And they show themselves in either a trustworthy action or an untrust. This is not the year to be with anyone that you don't trust. Well, okay, that flipped over. So we have the World. So this is a new beginning, right? You can almost look at the World as your 2022. You know, you move into the 8th year, it is about new beginnings, new, you know, exciting things. This may be the year of wrapping things up, right? Knowing, kind of knowing what I want now, moving that way. I'm allowing my thoughts to go that way. It feels singular. I want to say that. Doesn't mean it stays that way, but it does kind of feel singular. At least these ideas feel singular. She feels very artsy to me also. Maybe some of you are the ones running to that motorcycle and driving away, riding away. We have the Five of Swords. Well, this is kind of what the whole reading is talking about. So the Five of Swords is the energy of toxicity that's around us. Again, don't forget, you know who I'm talking about. If there's people, I feel like you already know. But also, this is a year of other people reflecting you back to you and learning the difference, right? Why are they doing that? Only so that you can see it and then perhaps change it if that's the way you want it, right? It probably is, because otherwise I don't know why Divine would be showing you. So this is a year about really, really, really learning about yourself. Okay, let's keep going. I wasn't going to take that many cards, but that's how many wanted to come out. We have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. You know, the Four of Pentacles is about planning, right? It's about our foundation. It's about wanting that strong foundation above all, knowing the importance of that, right? It's the beginning of really, I don't know, I feel like stockpiling our money. But it can also be the energy of resistance, resisting anyone else's perspective on my growth, right? On my so-called growth. Sometimes I can refuse just to hear others. Okay. We're going to bring in the Gilded Tarot now. Again, you have the Five of Swords, so it's definitely showing that there's some toxic energy around you, within you. Whatever it is, the Ace of Swords is right above that, so, you know, it's going to be revealed. It may talk about even how certain people talk, you know, that you don't like. It can talk about belief systems, their belief systems that don't match yours. Yet in the Five, I've been in it, right? I've sat in it. So it's going through that craziness till I get to the point where enough is enough. It's almost like at that energy, change is asked for with the Five, right? It's asked for gracefully. But that doesn't mean we're going to give it, right? We have free will. So we can sit in that energy longer than need be. Because listen, this is a year where I just feel like the way you see the world is changing. And it's expanding for you. I kind of love the 7, life past 7, right next to that 2 of Wands, where I can just see her just seeing the world in all that it can be type energy. Right? She hasn't quite moved into it. It's almost like she's receiving these epiphanies. You know, where's she at? She's by herself. She's in what looks like, you know, I mean, it's kind of bare, but to me, I feel like she's in her art studio. This is where she thinks. This is where she quiets her mind. This is where she feels good, right? It's kind of like my office here. Anywhere I've been, it's like, it's my quiet space. It's my place where, you know, epiphanies come to me. Okay. We have the 4 of Swords coming over the Strength card. So that's kind of beautiful, right? That's telling you, first of all, if you've been praying, your prayers are being answered. That's what it's saying. Now, our prayers can be answered differently than what we ask for. You know, it's almost like you have to kind of leave it open and just say whatever God's will is. But the 4 of Swords is the healing of really the pain. You know, it doesn't mean that memory's not there. But when I think about that memory, I no longer feel the pain of it. The Four of Swords also talks about the one sword which belongs to us, that we lie on. You know, in the realization over that too. So here is the healing. You know, it's connected to the sobriety card. So for some of you, that may be also connected. You know, if this is a year where you're thinking about, let's just say, becoming sober from whatever. You know, I feel like once you move into the spiritual aspect of it, I can't guarantee that someone's going to be healed, but my gosh, do I feel that? Okay. Well, hello, Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords coming over the Six of Cups. So there goes my happy memories. Interesting. You know, this can talk about your childhood. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So I'm leaving her. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to leave her there on this line because she belongs there. So let's look at this. First of all, so we come into the reading really overcoming the challenges of the past or praying for the help to overcome. The Six of Cups, though normally it's an energy, again, of happy memories about a time, a place, or someone. The Ten of Swords comes over that. It's almost like, you know, like I'm in a neighborhood, but yet this one house is constantly has a storm cloud over it. The rest have sunshine. This house has a storm cloud. So the Ten of Swords, you know, this is a long period of time of being in, let's just say, somewhat toxic energy. This is a time period where you may have been taken on your belief system, right? Thinking this is the way the world works, type of thing. The Ten of Swords, you're kind of in submission. You're now accepting those swords. You know what I mean? It's like I become so used to them that, I don't know, maybe they don't hurt going in my back any longer. But this is not the way that divine wants you to live, right? This is a place where, you know, I feel like this is a place where you have to come to the realization, right? With the help of Source, no doubt. And think about what you have taken on. Because this is an energy of what other people have done to me. And, you know, when I really look at these swords, a lot of those swords are just false, right? False. It's like a false prophet. It's like, you know, teaching me this. However, everything inside of me feels this. Whatever it is, you know, what should be happy memories certainly don't feel that way. Now, I also want to say, here's what I got to be careful of, because as I move down from that, I move into the Two of Swords. So this is me basically, maybe this is where I've been, basically making choices, decisions connected to that energy, right? Maybe what I've always been seeking is the Six of Cups energy, right? But listen, for some of us, it just didn't happen, right? But that doesn't mean that we won't have a fantastic part in our life. But I feel like this is a year you got to be aware of. Where am I making my choices from? Almost like let go of what you can't control. Let go of the people or the toxicity that hold you back, right? Don't even look for justice. I feel like justice will already be there. It's almost like that's probably why I talked about my ex earlier. You know, it's that kind of thing. Like, like sometimes it's so difficult, right? That I want them to suffer, right? And I feel like Divine is saying you don't need that, don't carry that. That's poison to you. I feel like justice will happen. It will happen, and that's all you need to know. But you also need to see where you potentially have been making decisions from. Okay? Now, let's keep moving from that. So, let's say that I have the awareness that I need, right? Here's the Two of Wands. Two of Wands coming right over your life path, right? And there's illumination to a path. This path is a path of inspiration, of desire, of all that. It feels just right, and it's connected to this world card, the world chapter. I feel like by the time you leave this year, you are entering into the world energy, spiritually connected. Even if you're not connected at all, I feel like your guides are going to help you, and some of it won't be easy, but move through it, right? That's what you're being told, just move through it. So anyway, new ideas, new thoughts, new epiphanies coming to you, right? Why is that? Why now? Why not before? Well, there's a difference here. There's a difference on this side of the board, and that's, first of all, the Eight of Cups. Let's look at the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, which is the energy you will be moving into 2022, means that I spent the time in this energy to reflect upon what cups were knocked over, what the purpose of it was. No judgment in this. This is me just getting my emotional house in order. Why do you need your emotional house in order? Well, it's almost like I feel like because you do. Because at this point you have the capacity and the ability to put it in order. Why? Because something new within your spirituality now wants to open. It's like another level, right? But if I don't have my emotional house is as close to order as possible, it can turn into confusion, right? So that's all that's saying. So what energy do I move into? I move into the Queen of Wands. This is our very intuitive queen. This is our queen who starts the Fool's, or ends the Fool's energy, right? She was once the Fool. She once took a chance. So, this is someone who, and listen, and she has fallen and she has risen. There could be great falls, great rises, right? But it's someone who kept moving. So this is someone who is intuitively guided to move forward. Which you move it forward on? Well, again, here we are at this Two of Wands where I'm looking out the window and, it's almost like I have my transportation in place. There's my VW, there's my bus, and I have my globe. I have my wand, right? It's all I need. And so we could be talking about an area. You have the Ace of Swords right below that. What you're receiving is the truth. Trust any signs that you're receiving. Because listen, if I stay in the Five of Swords energy and I receive these same epiphanies, I will say to myself, well, I'm not good enough. I can't do that. That can't be real. I push it out in my head. All kinds of things. Two of Wands, I'm completely open here. I'm completely open to, what do you want to bring me, world? What do you want to bring me? Listen, can it get worse than already what it was? I mean, I guess it's always possible. But what it's saying is, in this Five of Swords, you're looking at this Ten of Swords head on. It may be mirrored back to you. And there is one reason, and it is to show you that, first of all, the majority of those swords don't even need to be. They are full of air. You can blow them away. Just give them a blow. and they go. Some of those swords have caused real pain, no doubt. Here is the healing available to you. It is here. Boom, it is here. Here is a strength card underneath that. So Divine says, remember who you are also. When you enter into the energies of the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, this is a time where sometimes we're pushed to the brink. And the purpose, first of all, is we may stay too long, but what becomes the lesson? What was our part in it? What did we accept as our truth that never was our truth, right? It was their truth. What did we stop believing in because I was told I would never succeed, right? All of that. These are the decisions you've been making. This is how you've been making your decisions. Let's put it that way. So justice shows in your reading. Justice talks about making you whole again. Making you whole again. Now, that's why I feel like this is a special year. It is about your spirituality, guys. It is about those reflections back and understanding that you're seeing it only so that you can clear it. Why? Because something new, it wants to open up in your life, right? The world doesn't show unless, well, I mean, the world shows, but what the world asks before you move into this chapter, which to you, I feel like will be, and you know what? You should read. Well, I haven't done 8 yet, but I'll do that next. You should watch that because that will be your following year. You should also watch the year that you were just at. That type of energy. So last year was really about relationships and maybe some of you found out that some relationships just didn't pan out. So this is saying don't get stuck in it. Keep moving, right? Keep moving. So anyways, Ace of Wands. These are your epiphanies, right? This is your third eye opening. This path is here for you. It gives you reason to celebrate. The Three of Cups talks about joy, inner joy. And when I find myself in the energy, boom, it's like the next veil presents itself. And that is the world. It's so weird. I haven't taken any more cards. This is going to be a long reading, guys. I feel like I just finished your reading, but I just realized I have not taken any more cards. We have the Four of Cups. Some of you are thinking about running. Like, should I run? Should I run? Should I go my own direction? Some of you are daydreaming about it, right? That type of energy. I feel like, if it's something that, like, I can't just move into, then this may be the year that you make your plan. You make your plan. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Fool. No surprise. And look at this. We have the Chariot. So we have the Fool next to the Chariot. What does that say? It says, especially coming over the Two of Wands and the Ace of Swords, the Fool talks about taking a chance in something. Why? Well, because you leave this year quite balanced. I do feel like you do a lot of cleansing of whatever toxicity, that type of energy. I feel like some of you, like, if you feel romantically you were tied to someone of the past and they just listen, just, I don't know, don't serve you, whatever it means, like, they don't live up to, it doesn't feel like a love story like it should. I feel like this is a time when you're moving on. And I feel like you're going to be successful with that. Listen, and then you move into the Six of Pentacles energy. So the Six of Pentacles is center here. This is learning the beautiful art of give and take. This explains to us why sometimes towers happen and when we overcome and what do we learn? What's the wisdom? Six of Pentacles says it opens up your compassion. It makes you more empathetic. It allows you to help others who may need your light, right? It's all of that. It's you learning that there needs to be an equal give and take. And if there's not, if you're able to give and you're able to take equally, and someone's not equally able to do that for you, then there is your answer, right? At least for now. At least for now, right? Because I feel like, you're moving into the energy where you're going to need, where you need that equal give or take, or listen, it just doesn't feel worth it. So then we move into the Fool's energy, right? Taking a chance on something new, on beginning something new. And then we move into the Chariot. The Chariot to me is a reward. It is a reward saying, back here I asked for balance, you gave it to me. You found the balance between your humanness and your spirituality. You found your balance between your feminine and your masculine, your light and your dark. And now listen, you haven't reached perfection, because we never reach perfection. It's like you never learn everything. There's always more to learn. So the Chariot allows you to take it wherever you choose. You can take it as far as you choose, or you can make it as limiting as you choose. If it talks about a business, some of us don't want, fame and fortune. We just want to create and make a living. Some of us do want fame and fortune and all that goes with it, right? So it's really wherever you decide to take it. But now you're armed. I hope you understand that. Number 7, that's weird. This gives you an opportunity to truly arm yourself. And you know what? You've taken away any self-limiting doubt. And that may have been what your past journey was about. You needed to learn to clear those swords, right? Because in a way, I laid there, and although they're not necessarily my fault, I just kept laying there. And listen, it could be because I loved someone. However, I feel like if you're not receiving what you're giving, and you're giving, you know what I'm talking about. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. What does this tell you? Ultimately, wherever you're beginning within this Two of Wands, whatever you're looking at out that window, whatever you're seeing in your mind's eye, you do this, you eliminate this part, and then you move into this part, and I feel like here is success, right? This is abundance. And it's coming right over the Ace of Wands. So this is through your inspiration that you ultimately can create true abundance. It may take time, right? It may take, but listen, sometimes the journey is where the fun's at. We have the Nine of Wands. Some of you would saying, you've put a lot of effort into something. This can talk about where you put your focus. Put your focus on your strengths and not what you call your weaknesses. Think about all that you have already overcome. Think about all of that. That's what you concentrate on. That's what you celebrate about yourself. Your strengths, not your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are easily cleared up when you see them and then you allow them. So, the Nine of Wands also tells me, for some of you, especially the Ten of Pentacles here, as you create or as you plan, maybe that's what you're doing. You're creating this year. And next year is your big bring it to the world. Next year is all about your material world, and it is about, it's a year where you don't want to feel guilty about earning money, because what's meant to come to you will come to you. So this may be the year where you are putting everything in place, right? And maybe you are presenting it to the world. But what it's saying is, have patience, because I do feel like, well, first of all, it's showing me that ultimately you'll have the abundance that you seek. It's like you're seeing it in your mind's eye. Well, look at this, the Nine of Pentacles. So here is your success. If you questioned a path you were on, this tells you, listen, if you focus on this Nine of Pentacles, you will reach it. This is reaching success. Coming right over the world, right? The Nine of Wands right below. This may be something that you feel so deep within you, because it may be something you've done in a previous life. It may be. And look at this, the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you will find you're working from home. Six of Pentacles connected to that Nine of Pentacles. It tells you what kind of, let's just say, business you will have. This is a business where, why do people want to do business with you? Because you're so loving. You're so fair. You're so giving. Why do people want to give to you? Because you give to others. It's just that type of energy. So now I'm in a different karmic type of energy, right? As I give, I receive. As I receive, I give. It's just such an equal, beautiful balance, right? Connected to this wand that tells you that you will have success. And listen, if you're doing it out of your home, this validates that for you. This tells me that, listen, I just feel like it's something you're meant to do. All right, let's get your last card. Geez, I feel like your reading is long. I don't mind that. But the other numbers will be like, hey, wait a minute. Success, baby. It comes at the end of the reading, and I feel like as it should, right? It's opening everything up to us. It's giving us a clear picture of what is, where we are, why we're there. It's giving us clear paths, right? To, at least it's telling you, if you need signs, asks for them, right? But then believe them, trust them. Last card we got is Strength. So how beautiful. We opened up with strength. We finished with strength. Attached to this Fool. Whatever you've overcome in this energy, it's now part of your wisdom. It's part of who you are. And here it is, entering into the Fool's energy, right? Where's the Fool going? Wherever the Fool wants to go. In the Chariot's energy. Card of Cancer, by the way. Strength card of Leo. Nine of Pentacles is Virgo. I can go on and on. I'm sorry I didn't really name too many people, but it's not even about that, right? So anyways, I kind of love that. You start with the Strength card, you finish with the Strength card. You have so much abundance down here. It makes sense that there would have to be some toxicity. It'd have to go away. Because I feel like it's like you're starting fresh. And those who don't deserve to go on this next journey with you, then don't invite them, right? Because you never know what you find going forward. Especially in the Ten of Pentacles. You can certainly talk about someone who comes along. I know Seven's not really a year of romance. But that doesn't really mean that you won't meet anyone, that type of thing. I definitely feel like this is a time period of soulmate energy, right? Because you're in your spirituality or you're learning about it. So this 9, it's showing the independence of the 9 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles talks about the family, right? This is a family that can really root itself in time. So, we'll see. I don't know, guys. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to read the card of Jesus for you before I let you go. Father, it's just asking you to really look over that energy I talked about before. Sobriety, I don't think I even need to explain. And it doesn't always mean alcohol. It just means the things that cloud our mind. Right? Cloud our mind. Therefore, cloud our blessings. What am I looking for, Jesus? Mother Mary sends you this card because you have a close and personal relationship with her son, Jesus. They both hear and lovingly answer your prayers. Jesus offers healing support to you and your loved ones, as well as helping you have faith in God's miracles of love. This card also reminds you that Jesus loves you and everyone on this planet, regardless of their faith. He's a wonderful role model of forgiveness, integrity, and love that you can emulate in your current situation. And I'm going to leave it there. As always, thank you. I think I'll connect these to your, I definitely feel like you got to watch your sign. Maybe even in your moon sign. I mean, it can be in your rising. I don't know. I feel like this will really help arm you for this coming year. I should have done a Universal 5 reading. Maybe, did I do one? I'll have to look that up. Maybe I will do one. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope this helps. You'll let me know by your comments. And I thank you for them. I thank you for your likes. I thank you for sharing them. And I thank you so much for your subscribing. Those who have been with me forever, and those who are brand new, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm telling you, I feel your energy. That's why I always tell you, comment. It just helps me even more. But I love reading your comments because it validates the reading. Not that I even need it. But I love seeing you in it. So, anyways, I love you guys. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.